guys, it's Clayonthetrail, and I am headed up into the Uintas, up in the Christmas Meadows area, to do an overnighter. It is, it's 21 degrees outside. It's been 40 degrees all week long, and I made last minute plans with Jason from Haggard Wilderness, and this is the day that we could go. It's going to snow on us. It's going to be cold, but with the hot tent and the stove, I'm not too worried about her. Looks like Jason beat me here, but not by much. He said he'd be just a little in front of me, he thought. We're gonna go check the area out and find the best spot. All right, so I don't know, 100 yards up the trail here is our trucks. We're down here on the river, which, all right, river is froze solid. There's elk tracks around though. I was actually surprised up at the top of the road. A lot of people out hunting Christmas trees too, so there's people tracks everywhere. I have this ridiculous looking cube. It's gonna be my night. My cabin in the woods. Jason's over here, he's going old school. Having a hard time pounding stakes in today though. The ground is so frozen and there's not enough snow to do snow acres. But getting it set up. We actually, we're so close. I brought my chainsaw down. We're not in the wilderness area. And for the first, I don't know, hour we were here, we got enough firewood to go a long time. I think we're gonna kind of get everything set up and then go for a walk. It's gotta be what, 2 o'clock? About 2:15 in the afternoon, so we got a lot of daylight left. 5 hours or so. Little hit or miss blue skies, little flurries. It's almost like we're winter camping. And for our first trip, we both decided to not go very far in case something bails on us. That's always a good idea, and if I burn my tent down tonight with my stove, I want to be close to my truck. So here's inside my shelter, and one thing I did do, I brought a big chunk of that welding curtain. I actually saw this on another video. I found another video of somebody dumb enough like me to put a stove jack in their Quickfish, and he put a chunk of welding blanket up there, and then he didn't have to worry about it melting his shelter. So I had a big chunk and I brought it with me. So I am ready to light up. Got I believe a night's worth of wood. Cot set up. Gear over here in the corner. Pad for Cash to throw down on if he wants to come in. And I think we're ready to go. Gotta love a blue sky snowstorm. All right, it's not even 3 o'clock yet, or close to 3, so we decided to go for a walk. Camp over here. We found a beaver lodge. This is like a desolate war zone over here, all dead trees and whatever. Cash is out sniffing everything, checking the thing out. So we walked over. Isn't it the Stillwater campground?
Huh?
I think it's the Stillwater campground.
Stillwater, yeah.
Yeah, we're just, man, we're as far from it as we are from our truck. We're just on the other side where we wouldn't think anybody would be, but I guess nobody's here either. Man, what a crazy day. Blue skies, snow, everything goes gray, and then it snows some more. So they had our this campsite flagged. This is actually an RV site with no fires due to the wildfire danger. They lifted the ban a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, so we're gonna go ahead and burn anyway, but it seemed a little ironic, but got us a fire started. All right, I got a fire going in there. It's about 5 o'clock.
How's the temps in there?
It's warming up. I'm just trying to take the chill off of the tent for a night. I am going to cook on the top of this, which I've never done. I brought a little frying pan, some potatoes and onions, and a steak. I almost hate to cook a steak in a frying pan on a camp out, but want to test this stove out, and we're going to give her a full test tonight. So trying to get enough heat and coals going where I can cook. So dinner tonight is fried potatoes and onions. Brought a little chunk of butter in there. I just brought it all cut up already in a Ziploc baggie and just dumped it all in there. We'll get it cooking. And then when we're done, I've got a ribeye. And we're just going to do it all on the stove tonight and see if this is a good cooking stove or not. It's warmed the inside of this up to where I'm actually comfortable again. It was starting to get cold outside. But haven't had to open a door yet. So maybe if I keep just a smaller fire in this, it'll be good for heating the tent, but it's not very good for cooking. I got to get a good fire going to cook, and then it's too hot in here. So this will take a little tweaking to figure out. So it did take it a minute to get the stove up to temperature to where it was actually frying, but we're cooking, and it smells good. All right, I finally got the stove hot to where I actually had to open the doors for a minute. Potatoes crisped up, cooked. Nice hunk of meat in there. The steak's coming along real nice, and I just stuck my hand behind this welder's mat, and the tent itself is cold. So that was a genius plan. I wish I could take credit for it. I actually saw it off another YouTube video, but I'm really, really glad I did it. You're not going to light, fiberglass on fire. That's why welders use it, and it's making a huge difference. I have cracked the window on this side, and also cracked the window on this side. Getting this fire hot enough to cook on, put a lot of heat out there. But man, this is looking good. So there is the final meal. Perfectly rare steak, the way I like it. Potatoes with a good seasoned sear on them, and a homemade wheat roll, thanks to my wife. So I'm going to eat this before it gets cold. I'll go sit with Jason around the fire. All right, it's just after 9, like 9:30ish. I just heard Jason say it's about 0 degrees outside. Seems about right. It's got to be, I don't even know, 70 plus degrees in here. A major wind. I cut a pile of wood. I've used like 5 pieces of it. We'll have enough wood stashed here to either I'll take some home and use it wherever I go next time, or come back, do it again. But this stove is lasting hours at a time. I'll probably end up waking up a couple times in the night to stoke it. but I'm going to turn the air way down. And I've got the flue turned down a little bit, so it should more simmer than anything else. I just stuffed it full, so. I'm going to start with my 20-degree bag. I have a 0-degree bag to stuff inside it in case this goes out and I can't keep it going. If it stays going, then I will just stay in my 20. So, good night for now. I'll let you know in the morning how everything turned out. All right, good morning, guys. What a great winter camp this was. Went to bed around 9:30. Woke up at 1. Put some wood on the fire. Woke up at 5. Put some wood on the fire. It's about 7:30 now. I boiled some water. Made some hot chocolate. Washed my face with what's left. Put my contacts back in. And start tearing down. I don't think it ever got below 60 degrees in here. And a couple times got hot enough, like, well, this morning when I was cooking. Opened the window up a little bit, but I thought that this stove would be too big for this tent. And this stove is big enough for way bigger tents, but with this welding blanket behind it, the tent never got hot, and I was able to control the airflow and keep it just comfortable in here, probably hotter than I should have. So yeah, total success. I will do this again. I am going to make still a medium size stove, but I think with it I will lose the longevity. I'll be able to control the heat better, but I'll lose the, maybe 2 hours between stocking instead of 3 or 4. Anyhow, we're going to get cleaned up and eat a little breakfast and jam out of here. Okay, guys, this is going to be my closer for the video. Had a great time with Jason, Haggard Wilderness on YouTube. If you haven't checked him out, please do. He's got a great channel. Mountain bikes. I did a Quincy camp with him before that was awesome. He does a lot of backpacking and other stuff, so make sure and check out his channel. He'll have a video on this as well. I believe I cheated. I pulled my truck right down here. I'm just gonna load everything up, pull everything down. I gotta get my stove cool enough that I can pick it up and dump it out. Great trip, successful trip. We cut a ton of wood. Thank goodness, we had the chainsaw, but there's enough to come back. So this spot may be used again. I think it snowed. Well, you can see it snowed an inch, maybe a little over an inch on us overnight, but. All right, guys, thanks for coming along. If saw anything in here that was interesting or anything you'd like, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thanks to all my subscribers. I appreciate every one of you. Man, got below 0 last night and I stayed plenty warm, so don't be afraid to get out in the wintertime and camp. My whole setup, I already had the ice fishing hut, but a guy can build a setup where you could stay warm in the wintertime for, I think, under 60 bucks. Building a tar pot tent and an ammo can stove. So all this stuff is totally doable and way better camp than freezing. So thanks for coming along. Make sure you check out Jason's channel, Haggard Wilderness, and get out and explore, guys.